Greetings, Internet, once again from $0 Productions. I said on the Facebook page earlier this week that I was going to do another interdimensional bard, but that ended up falling through slightly, so I'll delay that video for another time. I basically had to be a parent over the last couple days, so I didn't get a chance to finalize some of the music on that, so that'll be coming later, and I'm pretty sure that none of my 6 regular viewers really give a shit about whether or not I keep my word on the Facebook page. So, let's go ahead and drink just to get this started. Which is 90 shilling. According to the bottle, it's worth 90 shillings. It's not usually the kind of thing I drink, but it's not bad for a kind of a lighter thing if you're looking for that, which I wasn't, but I found it in my fridge, so that works out for me. Anyways, today, since my entire plan fell through and I didn't have anything else prepared, I'm just gonna kind of talk about gaming, just a general discussion video, basically what I've been doing with gaming for like the last week or so. Been having an interesting time with Fire Emblem Fates Birthright. I'm a little bit late to the party. That came out around this time last year, I think February last year. But it's a fantastic game. I love everything from the Fire Emblem series, as you might know. So I definitely give that one a look. The first, 10 chapters, though, I felt were really easy by Fire Emblem standards, and none of my items can break, which, coming from every other Fire Emblem game, is mind-blowing how much simpler that makes the game, because you don't ever need to think about how you're using this item, because it might be an item that you don't usually have access to, so you can't just buy another one. But in this one, your items are almost all completely invincible. Your one-shot healing items and your healing staves, for some reason, break, but no swords or spears or axes in the game that I've found so far can break, which I think is a little weird. It just adds to that level of easiness in this particular title. After the 11th chapter, though, I got into a little bit more, I'm seeing that it's starting to get a little more difficult, like I like my Fire Emblems, because the 11th chapter wasn't incredibly difficult, but I did have to restart it once because I lost a unit to just really me not paying attention. Just put one of my Pegasus Knights in range of a bow guy that I didn't see, so that happens. And it's always sucky because you're 20 minutes in, or at least, with Fire Emblem levels, sometimes I've been in an hour or more into this level and lost one unit because I did something dumb, had to restart, or didn't have to, but I really believe in putting on permadeath in Fire Emblem. I had to keep that one on going into this title, because, without permadeath, I feel like you wouldn't be as attached to your characters, and I feel like every chapter you wouldn't really care if your units were able to come back at the end. You'd just be like, okay, I'll sacrifice guys willy-nilly just to get through the mission. That'd be silly. So I'm not sure why they included that option. I guess it expands the possible player base, but it's not something I'll use. Also, this week, I got into Pokemon Duel, or at least I attempted to get into Pokemon Duel. That's kind of a rough game right now. I feel like it should be a lot better because it's coming from such a company as big as Nintendo and the Pokemon Company, and they could really have given us a better thing, and I don't know why it's so bad. The game is good. The game idea is really fun. I like, customizing my decks and moving around my pieces and everything, but the load times are, quite frankly, bullshit. They're just there's no reason you should have to wait that long for a game that's this simple to play. It freezes up on me fairly regularly. I was getting an error for a while every time I loaded the app where it would just give me a little text box that said text not found, and under that there would be a button that said text not found. And I would click that and it would do nothing. Or if it did do something, it would reload this same page for some reason. And I'm like, what the hell is going on with that? So I really want to see where it goes. I want to see it like do better, because as is, it's borrowing a lot of things from like Clash Royale, as far as the interface outside of the actual game goes, and then the game is actually totally different. Clash Royale, obviously, it's more like a little bit like a chess Pokemon game. A buddy of mine described it as. It's not quite chess, but it's kind of that sort of thing. You're trying to get your piece to the other side of the field, and you have to worry about the placement of every piece and everything. And it's really kind of cool because there's Pokemon from every generation. I believe there's at least from the first 6 generations I know I've seen Pokemon, and that's really cool that they've brought in this game where you can just randomly get Pokemon from all over the Pokemon world, and then when you're online battling people, it's really cool to see all the different kind of Pokemon that they might have, because they can have any one of these 700 Pokemon and any crazy combination of different ones of these. So I think that's a really cool thing that they've got going for them, and it kind of bugs me though that they have another popular Pokemon game for mobile that doesn't have that, and doesn't have online battling, and doesn't have direct battling. Yeah, Pokemon Go needs a couple of fixes as well, but I think I'm a little hopeful for this game in the future though, because of how Pokemon Go went. Because Pokemon Go started and it was having a lot of these kind of issues too. It was crashing, it was laggy, it was having server errors all the time. And I think maybe that's just a little bit of what's happening here. It's just a lot of traffic on all the servers or something, and they weren't prepared for it or something, which is weird because it's a Pokemon game. It's gonna get a shitload of traffic. So, it's like, why didn't you see that coming? I think that's weird. Let's drink again because I'm getting thirsty. Also, more or less in the news of the week, or the last couple of weeks, they've made lots of announcements on Nintendo Switch. I'm very excited about everything Nintendo Switch, basically. A lot of people are complaining about the launch lineup for basically the rest of the year. Starting in March, they've got like 4 big games at launch, but obviously none of them is half as big as Legend of Zelda. And then a lot of people are complaining that there's not enough through the rest of the year, but I think there's still enough potential for unannounced titles that I think we're going to see a pretty good launch year anyways. It's sold out in US and Japan already on pre-orders, so it's got that going for it. That's always a good start, but as we've seen with the Wii U, that doesn't always mean that it's going to be a console with much longevity, because the Wii U sold out, and then after that it just, like 2.5 times its sales over the next 5 years after that. So that's not very much. I think it cleared 10 million units sometime in the end of the summer last year, and I think Switch is gonna do better. I think it's more clearly communicated what it's doing. It's got at least some third-party support, because we're getting Skyrim on this thing. That's pretty cool, and I think that's a cool indication that Bethesda could work with Nintendo on some more titles. I'm more hopeful for possibly a port of the new Doom for Switch. I think would be really cool, because Skyrim's 5 years old. I think it's past its time. But I think if Bethesda keeps working with Nintendo, we could see a lot of cool stuff. I'm hoping personally for an announcement of Elder Scrolls 6 coming to Switch, because they've had enough time. They might be coming out with one of those in the next year or 2 years. It's a big game. Takes a long time to make, obviously, but I think we could see that in the next couple of years. We could possibly see a new Fallout, or just, I'd take Fallout 4 ported to Switch. I'd buy that, because I didn't get in on Fallout 4 anyways, because I don't have another current gen console. My current gen console is the Wii U. Go me. Because of that, I'm pretty sure we all have to drink. And if your generation console this generation is the Wii U, then you have to drink twice. So I guess I'll drink twice to make it fair. Also, kind of going back to the Fire Emblem topic, they've announced a lot of new Fire Emblem stuff. The Fire Emblem mobile game is looking really cool. I'm very excited about that, and it has pretty much destroyed any hype that I had for Super Mario Run, because it's coming to Android before Super Mario Run, which, like, at this point, I'm just like, okay, so I've got 2 Pokemon games and Fire Emblem. I really could care less about Mario. If it had come out at the same time, I would have downloaded it already, and I probably would have even paid the $10 for the full version. That doesn't sound like a bad idea. But it's gonna be coming out after I'm already invested into several of their other games. It says it's slated for March, I think is what I read somewhere. So that's going to be around the time I'm getting my Switch and playing Zelda all month. So really, I don't even care about Super Mario Run anymore. Good job, Nintendo. In other Mario news, though, that Mario game for Switch looks pretty sweet. It's like Grand Theft Mario. I read that somewhere. I think it was one of the guys I see on Twitter. Totally looks like a ton of fun. Running through that whole big world, I think is going to be just so great. I think this is going to be a little nice new kind of thing for Mario to do for the first time in a long time, because like New Super Mario Brothers for Wii and Wii U, those games were fun. They were pretty good. I liked the multiplayer aspects, but they basically released the same game on Wii and then the same game again on Wii U, even though it was a different game. It was the same game. It just got extra levels, basically. It's different levels. But this is a totally new thing. They haven't done a big 3D Mario game since Mario Galaxy, so that's coming a pretty long way. I think this is going to be a really great title for the holiday, and that's going to be sweet. Well, that's pretty much what I think about gaming for the last couple of weeks. So if you like this video and you want to see more stuff like this, then let me know down in the comments. And please share the video so that more than the 6 of you that are watching right now can possibly see it. Because if you don't share it, then, I mean, I'm already sharing it with all of the people that I possibly can, and only 6 of them are watching a week. So if I get 6 people, and you get 6 people, and they get 6 people, then I'll have at least 7 or 8 people. I forgot how to math. Drink. Thanks for watching, guys. Be sure to check me out on Facebook and look up my crappy website. And most importantly, would you please share and comment, because I'd really like this thing to be more of a conversation than just me blabbing about stuff. Alright, thanks guys.